Good morning, staff, families, friends, and graduates of 2020. Congratulations, we made it. My name is Jaell, and I am humbly honored to share with you my graduation speech during a time where our main priority is surviving COVID and where many of us are fighting for justice. Remember, in the end, we shall overcome. Now, here's my story and words of encouragement to you. I remember my first day at EHS as if it happened yesterday. Everyone hates first days with a passion, especially if you are a reserved, quiet person like me. However, I do not remember that day because it was terrible. I remember it because it was a day that made me realize this school has so much to offer. In the fifth grade, I was mainly focused on getting good grades. I was also trying to adjust to the teachers, the school's rules, and the school's culture, like whole school time and meditation. It didn't take long for me to start liking EHS. You could automatically see that it was different from other schools. The way students and teachers interacted with each other, and also how Ivan interacted with the students. That was one thing that really got my attention when I first went to EHS. I have never seen a principal interact with their students like Ivan did, and I really liked that. In the sixth grade, I began to come out of my shell more. Sixth grade was also the time I started to realize that things were beginning to get more serious. This included getting to school on time, completing our work, and overall just starting to display good performance academically. That year, I especially appreciated how much our sixth grade teachers prepared us for seventh grade. They constantly reminded us that our seventh grade academic results would be the year high schools would be looking at. The highlight of that year was getting picked to go to the downtown poetry slam. It was exciting but nerve wracking. The first few practices that we had were difficult for me because I had to do things that were completely out of my comfort zone. However, a few weeks passed and I got used to it. I started to have fun at practice, and I also had no problem speaking in front of others. I would like to thank Jordan for that and for helping me become more confident. She was a really big part in helping me boost up my confidence. In the seventh grade, I started to think more about high school. I also started playing sports and thought it was a lot of fun. I was chosen to go to the downtown poetry slam for the second time. That year was twice as fun. I guess that was because I was a veteran. I knew what to do, and also because of the group of people I had with me. They made it a lot of fun. Then there was West Virginia. It was such an amazing experience. For me personally, I thought this trip was important because I was able to see how I adjusted to a new environment. It was also interesting to observe my classmates. I got to see a side of others that I otherwise would have not seen in school. It didn't take long at all for me to adjust. When you get used to it, being in the wilderness for a week is not bad at all. Just don't leave your tent open no matter what, and do not wear jeans your first day. Overall, being in the wilderness for a week will be an EHS memory to remember. Finally, the eighth grade, the year that was cut off because of this awful predicament. It began with all of us feeling a bit nervous about what eighth grade would have in store for us. It started off with listing what high schools we wanted to go to, and then the storm of tests, essays, and interviews began. It was crazy. I was also one of the students chosen to apply for boarding school, which added to the craziness. Although we were all stressed and overwhelmed, we got through it like the warriors that we are. It's unfortunate that we cannot finish the year together because of COVID 19. Thankfully, we have a school community that always finds ways to keep us connected as a family. People always want time to pass quickly for their personal reasons, but be careful what you ask for. It took me a while to get serious about high school, so I never took the time to think about that part of my future. Time ended up speeding right past me. It took me a bit of time to realize that it was so close to the finish line, and so I needed to catch up, or else I would be left back. As we depart to start a new chapter of our lives, I hope everyone finds happiness and success in the high schools they will be attending. But first, here is my advice to you based on my experience. Instead of rushing time, Carefully think about your future and try to make smart decisions on your way there. If you are falling asleep in some classes and wish that it were over, wake up. There are so many people to thank for who I have become today. My parents for pushing me to do my best at everything that I do and for supporting me at the times that I really needed it. My teachers for working so hard and for pushing me to ask questions, for helping me with the SSAT and giving me my practice interviews. My coaches for telling me that I can do it and always giving me the energy to keep pushing when I felt tired and ready to give up. They have all taught me so much, and if I hadn't come to EHS and met all of them, and just if I hadn't come to EHS at all, I would have probably been a totally different person. Even if we are going our separate ways soon, I hope no one forgets the connection we all had with each other. Not just with our 8th grade class, but the connection we all had as an EHS community. Do not forget that EHS is a place of true love. Thank you, and again, congratulations to the class of quarantine.